pleasure to connect with you in this way. We are pleased to be here with you in the first of our monthly connections with you at the beginning of this most auspicious year. Oh, there has been so much conversation regarding the shift and 2012. That has been so much focus upon it that sometimes in 2013 it is here, yes, you have survived, yes, always as you were going to, but you have survived. And say, what now? What now? And that is one of the most powerful and potent questions that you can ask yourself. What now? What now for me in my life? And many of you have noticed a new feeling in the air, as though there is a lightness in the breeze that has not occurred before, as though there is an ease around, a new depth to you, perhaps, that you have not noticed before. Or maybe it is because you are more comfortable with going deep inside of yourself, now that so much of the more frazzled energy of 2012 has begun to ripple away from some of you, yes. Some of you that have worked, we do not like that word necessarily in this form, but many of you that have allowed yourself to remember more and more the truth of your being, the innocence and purity of who you really are, and have strived to forget the lies and remember the lies and re-remember the truth. You see, the truth of who you are is always there, held and hidden in your cells. It is held in the very core of your physical self. We have talked a little of this already. And so what for January for you, yes? What to expect? Well, in terms of the energy that is available, yes, it can feel as though you have access to a new, excitable, blissful energy, when in fact that has always been available to you. The alignment of the planetary systems and your own internal alignment is perhaps working together to make it more accessible, more easy to access. And so the dreams seem to be getting a little grander. And yet there is ambition, and yet there is a change. More and more of you are going to want to access the idea of living more in ease and peace, to let go of the need to be driven in a way that suggests hurry and much craziness of the mind. Many of you are going to strive for peace, particularly the strong female energies around at the moment, housed in either a male or female form. It can be either. And so many of you are going to be seeking more qualities rather than goals and achievements. And we are encouraging this, encouraging you to allow yourself to sink into the peace that naturally abides within you. Excitement is beautiful. Excitement is rocket fuel to your passions and your desires and your manifestations. And there is a difference in bliss. Living in bliss is more a blend of peace and excitement. There is a deep satisfaction with current life. And when you access that deep sense of peace within you, that natural bliss that is woven in the fabric of your universe, gently bubbles to the surface quite naturally. So you don't need to reach and get anywhere. You don't need to have to become anything in order to experience this. You simply have to remember that it always resides inside of you. We understand that this can be easier said than done, that it can be easier on some days than others, yes? That it is easy to get pulled and pushed in different directions sometimes. But more and more of you are going to be wanting to walk the pathway of your life anchored in this internal peace, allowing the natural rise of the bliss that is always within you, a celebration of life. It is part of what you are created from. The very birth of your existence was brought forth out of that celebratory frequency. Bliss is your homeland. So many of you are going to be focused on more of what we call the essences of how you're wanting to live. Every physical manifestation that you desire, you do because of the qualities that it will bring you. The essence is like a cloak that you're wanting to wear in your life. Peace, joy, security. So we would encourage you to focus more on the qualities of that which you are wishing to experience. Decide on how you are wanting to feel, and live your life day to day in this manner. Allow this quality to feed every decision that you make. If I was going to act as if I was this quality, how would I choose? What would I do? How would I be? What choices would I make throughout my day? How would I begin my day? How would I end my day? How would it impact the relationships around me? And focus on one quality at a time, perhaps, that you are wanting to introduce into your life. It is surprising when you make decisions every day, based as much as possible on that new essence that you are wishing to create. As much as possible. Be gentle and kind to yourselves, yes. As much as possible, you can transform areas of your life in days and sometimes in moments. It only takes one decision to transform your very life. It only takes one decision to put you on a completely different pathway. Always allow your enthusiasm or your sense of relaxation, and yes, that is right, to guide you in your decisions. There is occurring a global transformation. There are more and more people, individuals, holders of the female energy in particular, that are sweeping your world in a new way, completely. In a way that has drive, still, yes. Ambition, yes. But the goals are more collaborating, guided by compassion for self and others, not to be confused with sacrifice, but sharing of information, sharing of gifts, sharing of talent, sharing of enterprises. Collaboration is the key to a more peaceful environment. When somebody particularly in the area of your work, for that has been previously perceived as the most competitive in nature. So we do not call for sacrifice. Everybody's needs are important. But when somebody who is in work or business gets supported by another individual in work or business with no perceived benefit for themselves, simply because they are moved to, because their desire is to see beautiful work in the world, their desire is to see work that is of service to humanity being promoted. When an individual who perhaps is just beginning sees that and is impacted by that, a huge internal transformation occurs in one single act, one single moment, and this can occur in any area of your life. But when somebody receives in that manner, in that one moment, there can be such a transformation and a collapse of old limiting beliefs and an re-emergence of true, freeing, positive beliefs, that one act can transform many lives, because that individual can begin to perceive their world anew, and then they begin to create their world anew, and then they go out and they impact other people in a new, more loving, positive way. So don't ever think that your work is not spiritual. It very much is, depending on how you decide to move with that vehicle, how to use that vehicle. Just as your body is a vehicle, so is your work. Everything in your life is a vehicle for spiritual purposes. How can it not be? You are in physical form to experience physicality in a way that serves for both yourself and others. That allows you to define yourself in every moment by your actions, your thoughts, your words, your ideas of who you are. Every single moment is a spiritual experience, and you experience it by your own definition of it. So again, when you are thinking about the world that you are wishing to create and see for this coming year, what changes in your globe, in your global environment would you want to see? You are your world. You really are your world. So in terms of thinking of your global dreams, we would again call you to think about the essences that you're wishing to see. So if you're wanting an end to the suffering of children, not only could you move to support organizations that wish to work in that area, support organizations that wish to work in the area you wish to support, but also in your own life, you can concentrate on the essence of play. Connect with your own childlike qualities and bring them more into your own world. Yes, there are things that need to change in some respects in your world. Promote what it is that you're wishing to see by bringing it first into your own personal world, and then allow that essence to filter out into your larger world. You are a magnificent being with so much more impact than you can possibly imagine right now. The interconnectedness of your field of existence means that your perceptions of your globe greatly impact the experiences you create. This is true on a global scale as well as in your own personal world. You can greatly contribute to the changes that you wish to see in your globe by focusing more upon what you're wishing to create and bringing the essence of that into your own life also. So as each individual brings more of that essence into their own life, the more it will exist in your reality, in your globe, in your world. The more that that frequency will be transmitted, the more that that will impact other people around you, and the more that that will become the norm. It is playtime, yes, this year. Time for play, of both a serious nature and of a trivial nature. Play is so very important and can be taken very seriously. Concentrate on the essence of that which you're wishing to create and go for it. Don't think that anything is impossible. Everything is possible if you believe it to be. But you have to really believe it, yes? So begin with something that is credible, possible, and build on that. Baby steps are better. Sometimes there is a need for a giant leap, but most often baby steps of action in the direction of that which you are wishing to pursue. Know that your choices on a day-to-day basis, the ones that you make in your now, take you to completely different realities. You are constantly in a state of choice point and can change that direction at any given moment. The middle ground, the way of peace, sinking into that peace in whatever way you find yourself doing that. Bring peace more into your day, whether you sink into a bath or a TV show, or be held in the arms of your lover, or stroke the head of your child or your pet, nuzzle into the neck of your dog, whatever it is that brings you that sense of relaxation and peace. Cultivate that as much as possible in your life. Great springs of bliss will bubble from there, along with it inspiration and ideas for your quality of life. When you're anchored in peace and compassion, you are less likely to be bombarded and negatively impacted by the wishes and demands of those around you, yes. When you are anchored in peace and compassion for self and for others, you are more able to make decisions and choices that are based on your authenticity and what is true for you. And so we leave you with our deepest desire that you experience the love that is available for you from the non-physical and the physical and from within yourself. And you give that to yourself and to as many people as possible. For that is the original writing of your universe, the original sound and scribe of the fabric that created you. Love for all. And so, in love and peace, we bid you farewell.